Yo, what is up, my golden boys and girls? Chandler here. Welcome back to another Beyblade video, and today I have brought something a little fun to you guys, a little something familiar. So I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 DB combos. This is a personal preference, so say like, oh, you guys may have a different opinion than me on like where I put, say, Savior. But this is my personal opinion, and this is from my testing, so take that into account. Of course, if you do want me to do a video going over all of the viable competitive DB options, if we can get this video past 15 likes, I will be sure to do that. And of course, yeah, no, let's just like, subscribe, and let's have a good time. So, the fifth best combo I would say is probably Ultimate Perseus on pretty much any attack setup. The one I have selected for this is Giga Quick Dash on the 9 armor. Now, the reason this thing is pretty low on the list is due to the fact that it struggles in an area where Savior seems to thrive, which is getting KOs. Ultimate is built in a way that it's more built to burst stuff than get KOs, and I even have moments where I feel like Savior is better at bursting stuff than getting KOs, but from a lot of other people's sources, and including of like my extensive testing on the Ultimate Blade is 100% more suited for bursting stuff than attacks, and that's due to these rubber hook points and just overall the lack of kind of a outward-shaped blade. Now, of course, you can pretty much run this on any attack setup, like I said. You can use Extreme, Evolution if you're so daring. I got our little Death Solomon, and we're just gonna do a quick little test run with it. And as you guys can see, nothing changes. I still suck at launching. So, 3 shoot. As you can see, we got a KO, but you can see the recoil that was generated because of that KO. And in fact, we were 1 click away from bursting. So, high recoil on these bays, and that's kind of why this thing is low, is due to the fact that it takes a lot to get a KO. Now, next up, we have, of course, Savior Belly L2 on Giga Extreme Dash 3. You could also run Nexus plus S on this. You could run pretty much any real attack setup you want. I picked this one because this one hits a lot harder, and the reason it has the Belly L2 core is because it definitely self-bursts a lot more than I would like it to. Yeah, we like it. I'm running Extreme Dash. The reason that this combo is so much better than Ultimate is due to the fact that Savior is better at KOing stuff. It's just got this much more open blade that can definitely deal a bigger smack than Ultimate. Because if you look at Ultimate's kind of shape here, the blade's sloping in. If the base's spinning, you're more likely going to hit this area than the actual tip of the blade. So you're just going to kind of hit that, or even that. But, like, you're not going to get much of a KO than a burst with this thing. And then you look at Savior. Savior's blades have nothing really in between this area, so you're more likely to hit this area and get smacked out of the stadium. Of course, with this shape, you also risk bursting, which is why this core comes into play, along with a dash driver. So, I'm actually going to put a test against the best right spin attack combo, which is also on this list, but we'll get to in a sec. And we'll see what we can get. As you can see, it definitely gave some good smacks, but it doesn't have the most reliable stamina. So you can definitely change up your setup to how you want it to. Because this combo, I guarantee you, if you practice with it enough and get onto a... you understand where your opponent's going to be if they're using stamina, I guarantee you, you can make this combo on your fist. And there's the issue at hand. That's burst priority 101. Unless it hit the back of the pocket first, which it might have. But overall, the combo itself, pretty good. There we go. And as you can see that it definitely can give those really, really strong hits. And you usually want to have your savior awakened, though I think unawakened can definitely do pretty good. It kills its stamina a little faster than this would, but this is still really good. So onward to the third best, and I think the third best is going to have to go to Guilty, another attack type. A lot of attack types on this list. Very healthy to see a lot of this. So the reason, and the combo I have on this, you can also run any attack setup. Same with the attack type, any setup you want. Except for the driver on this one. I think this is the one you want to run this driver on. But I have selected Guilty Bahamut on Nexus plus S, Metal Extreme 10. And the reason this thing is definitely higher is just Guilty in general carries the combo. Like, you could run Extreme Dash on this and get really good stuff. Guilty is extremely good at KOs. In fact, I'd say it might even be better than Savior because it doesn't have as much of a burst risk. And with the Bahamut core plus a metal driver, well, good luck bursting. And against the best right spin attack, you can definitely pull some good results out. Of course, you need to be wary because Nexus plus S has a habit to scrape. So delivering big and concise hits, trying to get a KO on your opponent, like, damn, that just stayed in. But you basically just want to go for KOs. And don't pull your string too hard with all these attack types, because if you do pull the string really hard, you risk self-KOing. Let's do that one more time. Or just overall overshooting it and just not being able to control. I hate trying to control the normal extreme driver. But it's a high skill level driver, so what do you expect? There we go. Get that KO! No! KOs are pretty much how you're gonna favorably win in these situations. Whether it's against right spin stamina or left spin stamina. We'll try left spin stamina. But we'll try left spin stamina. But overall, when you look at the stuff Guilty can do, yeah, you get pretty impressed. See, like, look, it just completely murders left spin stamina. Man, it's almost like the type chart actually does something for once. Who am I kidding? It never really matters. Oh, well, it does matter if I fail to launch. Alright. So anyway, probably your best attack type in terms of what it can KO. Especially, it's one of the few counters to the most safe combo. Except there are certain, like, interesting counters to it. I know one of the very, very few counters to it that's actually decently consistent from my testing. My testing, emphasis on that, some people have different results, is Prominence. Due to its highly defensive shape, you can run it on pretty tanky setups and actually manage to just escape getting KO'd by Guilty. So anyway, let's move on to our next combo. And our next combo, of course, is Dynamite Valkyrie F-Gear on Overbearing 10. You could run 0 on this. 0 is probably your best choice. And the reason this combo is so good is it has amazing same spin potential. It's really difficult to burst. And its opposite potential is just as good as its same spin potential. Maybe even better. And this combo, I think once F-Gear was kind of being tested, because when F-Gear released, it released alongside the tapered disc. It definitely was like, oh, this thing is really good for competitive. And so, Bearing, of course, getting an extra chance due to the fact that the lower discs kind of act like a semi-wall frame. If you guys remember how wall was back in the day. Lowering the center of gravity and making Bearing combos more effective. So, this combo has probably has really good spin time. And can definitely take hits from heavier attack types, as we saw earlier. But it doesn't stop Guilty from, like, slapping it around. But with a stamina type, it really just doesn't matter. That looked like a draw. Visual confusion here. And of course, it does extremely well against the same spin attackers because it just doesn't burst. Well, hush my mouth. That is the funniest thing that I think has happened in a long time. I'm like, it usually just doesn't burst. Puts it up against Ultimate, the thing designed for bursting stuff. Bursts. And mind you, this is a Savior core. This is a Valkyrie core I haven't really used. Wow, is it really that consistent? Huh. Okay, now this has really got me thinking. Just, can you hit it? See, hit it, please. Alright, hang on. I think it might have been the soft launching that may have had a playable factor in that bursts, in those bursts, but who knows? Okay, maybe that was just a fluke. I think it might have been the fact that I was soft launching. That might have been causing it to burst. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But this combo in general, in opposite spin, it definitely can outspin some of the best opposite spin combinations, which is why it is second on this list. And finally, in first place, we have Vanish Longinus over High Extend plus 0. Now, I was actually discussing this with Fried Pasta, and we have come to the conclusion that this is probably the best, just safest combination all around. It's got pretty good same spin for an all-rubber combination, even if there is not really much same spin stamina to contest it. We, of course, have the Longinus core, which has amazing stamina. We have the Overdisc, which also has really good stamina, and then we have the High Extend plus Dash that gives it pretty good life after death and just stamina. Now, it is another thing to say that Roar has comparable stamina, but some people say that its stamina is not as good. I for one, don't think it's as good as Vanish, but you guys can formulate your own opinions on that. So the reason why this thing is so good is due to the fact that it can tank a lot of stuff. It's got great shock absorption on the rubber, it's got amazing spin time, and its equalization properties are some of the best in the game. Of course, it really, basically it comes down to, can the attack type get those hits to get a KO if you're going up against an attack type, but if not, you pretty much have the match in the bag, as you are essentially just a really, really good equalizer. Same goes for Ultimate. Oof. And then we also have Guilty, which I think we showed off. Guilty got a few KOs on it, but you can also launch this combo pretty hard. You just gotta make sure you're not launching hard enough to accidentally self-KO. Okay. Why can't I be good at flower patterning? We still might see a KO because we're spinning so fast. Nah, we got this. And the reason I think this is just slightly better than Belial is due to the fact that just Belial's overall spin time, or just in an equalizing match, I think it does win most of the time. But in terms of, like, dealing with attack, Bearing definitely has a lot less KO resistance than Extend Plus, which is why I feel like this combo definitely has an edge. Of course, you could always run High Extend plus Dash on Belial or on Dynamite, but with the Valkyrie core, you risk wearing out the slopes. Or the teeth. My bad, not slopes. This is not Hasbro. But as you can see, they're basically both stamina combinations, so it's just a long, long battle. This is kind of how I would sum up competitive if we really wanted to get in depth with it. Yeah, that got an outspin. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really need to get back into actually uploading consistent as well as competitive videos because you guys all love my competitive videos. But these are, in my opinion, the top 5 best combos for Beyblade Burst DB. Of course, I feel like there are a couple, like there are 3 parts that I feel like can contest with them, which is Astral, Roar, and Prominence. And of course, a lot of the other parts are still pretty good. Hell, Greatest Raphael is also one of the better parts. So like I said, if we can get this video past 15 likes, I will go over all of the combos that you can use competitively in DB. If we can get this video past 15 likes. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want notice of future uploads, because I'm definitely going to be uploading a little more consistently after this video. So anyway, I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe, stay awesome, and Beyblade.